Useful stuff, glass. It keeps out the cold and lets in the light. It's essential, yet we pay it no attention at all. If we did, we'd notice that very little of it is curved. That's because making curved glass is harder than riding a bike blindfolded. Just across the water from New York's First Lady is the Flickinger Glassworks, one of just 10 companies in the US capable of making curved glass. If you ever want a curved glass panel for your revolving door, then this is the place to come. But bespoke curved glass comes at a cost. A simple lampshade might be $200, so you might want to think twice before ordering a whole new curvy conservatory. Today, the crack craftsmen have been asked to replace a broken curved window at this architect's practice on Long Island.
Hey Chris, on the inside door is my tape measure. Would you grab that too?
First, they need some very accurate measurements for the boys back at the workshop. Charles Flickinger oversees the work.
A customer from Long Island brought this to us. It will go in a storefront when we fabricate the finished piece, and we'll be making it so that it conforms to the girth of the storefront, only it's, instead of being 24 inches tall, it's going to be 80 inches tall. Our chances of something like this turning out right the first time are about 50-50.
When it comes to creating a custom curved window, anything less than perfect precision won't do. To make sure they get the geometry just right, they replicate the curve using what else but glass. The glass is used as a stencil to fashion 3 brackets from 11-gauge steel. And those brackets are used to shape a mold that precisely mirrors the architect's broken window. So the mold's ready, but they can't just stick it in the oven with some glass on top. The glass would heat up much faster than the steel, and if it suddenly touched something cold, they'd be back to square one. So the steel is preheated for an hour while the glass is cut to size. The glass cutters are ready to go to work, but they'd better not get too enthusiastic. A firm yet delicate touch is vital. Too hard and the glass will break beneath the diamond blade. It takes between 3 and 5 pounds of pressure to get a perfect cut. You don't get to work with the finest glass unless you've got a steady hand. The next stage of the process poses a smaller problem. A single grain of dust could cause fatal flaws if it sits on the surface during the firing process. So the pane is painstakingly polished to perfection and inspected with UV light to reveal specks so small they're invisible to the naked eye. But however clean it gets, the glass is still at risk when it heats up. When it gets hot, it gets sticky, and if it sticks to the steel mold, it'll lose more than its shine. So the pane is painted with a mix of detergent, clay and calcium carbonate to make sure it comes away clean. An hour after the mold went in, the gas-fired furnace has reached 480 degrees Celsius and the glass can go in. But that's not nearly hot enough for it to bend. It takes 3 hours to get the silica molecules that make up its structure really excited. At 700 degrees, they get so excited they just can't stand it. And they start to move. But if Eugene just let the molecules decide when, he'd end up with a hot heap of glassy garbage. To make sure the molecules move in sync so the glass bends evenly, Eugene keeps precise control of the temperatures in each part of the oven by varying the airflow. Charles Flickinger explains how.
There's the practical aspect of adjusting the controls and working with the oven to make the piece bend properly, but really what makes the difference is that Eugene just works with intuition, and he just knows when the piece is right and when the piece is completed. As
soon as the glass fits the mold, the cooling process can begin. But the problem is, bending the glass has compressed one side and stretched the other, causing internal stresses to build up. If the glass is allowed to cool too quickly, different areas will contract at different rates, and the pane could crack. So Eugene spends 2 hours gradually reducing the temperature in a process called annealing. The entire process takes a total of 6 hours for just one window of this size. But that's not the end of Eugene's day. By the time they lock up for the night, Eugene and his colleagues will have churned out 24 pieces of bespoke glassware with a combined value of $5,000. Leaving the glass overnight gives any excited molecules that have stayed up past their bedtime a chance to settle. Then, the following day, the bendy window has to travel out to Long Island to see if it fits.
Okay, you guys got your end?
It's clear Eugene and the team have truly mastered the bendy art of curved glass.
Stay out just a little bit.
The $2,000 cost of making and fitting this window might have hurt the owner's wallet, but there's no denying it's a great pain.